Stratford County Sheriff's Department from Dover, New Hampshire, they need to be hearing all about themselves. Steve Bork, the major who wants to be the sheriff, well, too fucking bad for you, buddy. I told you a long-ass time ago when I first started talking to you. And I also reminded Internal Affairs that I have no use for any of you. I don't give a fuck what you say. All you males are worthless, my opinion, and many other opinions as well. But it's also a scientifical proven fact that I just made very well aware to the Internal Affairs guy that all males lie. And he said, oh, really? Well, that's not true. Well, guess what? You just fucking lied, and I'm called him out on that. But the fact is, I didn't call to talk to him about why or why not I don't like them or want to talk to a male detective when I'm a sex trafficking victim and a female. I said I want to talk to an advocate. I want a female, and this motherfucker wanting to overstep his boundaries with me. Anybody that knows me, do you really think that's a good idea to overstep anything with me? Yeah, I didn't think so. William Asher's finding that out, as well as the Judicial Misconduct Board did, the bitches behind the desk that like to suck dick for a living, and everybody else in between. How about that? I remind you all, Steve Bork, before Labor Day weekend, I've got so many text messages and sent him so much information that he's trying to use it to tell the people, the predators and the pedophile police and all of the oath-sworn motherfuckers, politicians, Christopher Wray included. Why don't you stop hiding the information about all the police and politicians that have had sex with underage girls? Why don't you stop hiding all the information, notarized statements and everything that have been sent out requesting information and investigation into police, politicians, their boys and girls, and William Asher, still living under a false fucking name, working at Mass Brigham Hospital. He's friends with all the police, obviously. Dover did not want to serve him. Rochester didn't want to serve him. They say Portsmouth was going to serve him. But apparently, or maybe now they did serve him. But I can tell you right now, the stalking, harassment, and terrorizing is still continuing to go on. And because this overpowering, stupid motherfucker in the Internal Affairs, Stratford County, as well as Stephen Bork and his fuck buddy, I say, may not be, but it could be too, Eric Millar. And then they say, oh, well, they're trying to contact me by phone. Bitches already know I wouldn't give you a phone number, so you didn't try fucking contacting me by any phone. And I told Steve Bork that, and I've got it in text message as well as in email to both of them, so they all fucking know. I don't give you my phone number. So let's go back to William Asher. William Asher married me under a false name, 1995. I'm waiting for Inside Edition King World Productions. Unfortunately, Chris Dukas, he retired last year. He'd be really interested in picking up this story again. But I'm getting the DVDs sent to me this week. Inside Edition, King World Productions, already sending them out in the mail today. I'll be receiving them here in my address, hopefully by Monday, and I'm going to share them with you. I'll record them over and share them with you so you can all know what William Asher did throughout his years of duping me, leaving me pregnant, and I lost everything then. Well, he's continuously harassed me. He owns a studio. He's a music producer and president of some fucking theater in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, allegedly, apparently, as well as Rochester. And so the whole seacoast, he does theater. That means he represents for Senate and police and others, okay? When they have their big fucking wine and dine me and 69 me or 77, you get 8 more, right, on the table. Isn't that right, you fucking queer bastards and Janet Mills involved? Because he's been doing it from Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, straight down to Kentucky, across to West Virginia, and God only knows inside and outside the country, as well as Poland, because he just imported a guy, married him, and got him a Social Security card. Well, let me tell you something. I can't even get a Social Security card in my own natural-born fucking state and origin of USA because William Asher claimed me as dead in the fucking Social Security Department administration, and he claimed my daughter as well. But you know what? They don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about it. Therefore, I audio record everything, and I'm going to start sharing it. recorded. Who am I speaking with, please?
This is Sharon.
Sharon? My name is Kimberly.
Yep.
I have a sex trafficking case number. I am a victim, and I've been neglected by your sheriff's department. I'm not happy about it, so therefore I'm going to record what I have to say conversation, and I'm going to request that you have somebody contact me no later than noontime, because I just got a dismissal on one of my cases, and I filed against Rockingham Federal, and I'm fixing to file against every single person and entity in Dover, Strafford County, New Hampshire, for neglecting my case and refusing to enter in a missing well-being report, as well as harassment and a restraining from harassment cease and desist request through Steve Bork and Eric Mueller against defendant William Asher, musician. Now, with that being said, nobody seems to know where my husband is. That means he's a missing person. I have interest in finding out where the missing person is, so I requested a well-being missing persons report on William Asher, and that didn't happen either, even though I put it in email request to the sheriff's department, to Eric Mueller and Steve Bork. Nothing was ever answered to. It's been over 2 days. That means that's a violation of the United States State of New Hampshire statute for missing endangered well-being persons reports to be entered. That's a violation of rights in itself. So noting that I have reported all of this, I'm still being harassed by William Asher. Nobody seems to know where he's at, so maybe it's an imposter of him. Regarding that, it's very prudent that they find the missing persons well-being report that I requested to be looked into, find out why it was not entered, and what are we going to do with the conclusion and the solution before the 24 hours is up and I just hand deliver you the copies of the lawsuits against every single one of them. And I made them all aware it was going to happen. I told them it was going to happen. I wrote them and told them it was going to happen. And nobody wants to believe it, but I can tell you right now, you can contact my former attorney in Exeter, New Hampshire. She's the public defender that just got a dismissal on my case, and she also received a copy of all the paperwork that I'm telling you I'm gonna hand deliver to all of you. In regards to, I will file against Strafford County, the sheriff, the sheriff's department, Homeland Security officers, and everybody included, all Jane and John Does. I'm a survivor being victimized still, and I am not going to tolerate this. I want justice.
What would you like us to do?
I want your commissioner to contact me and tell me what he's going to do. I want somebody to be contacting Steve Bork and find out what he's done and why he lied, because lying's a crime. Nobody's above the law, certainly not Strafford County deputies. I know you all have a lot of problems over there.
Okay.
My lawsuit's going to be a whole lot more than $38 million, ma'am. I can tell you that right now. We're talking billions, and I am not even. It's not a threat, it's not a tort, it's a promise. I am not a happy person. You people have defined the characteristic of your mission statements, and you have exploited them, you have destroyed them by not adhering to them.
So you would like the commissioners to get a hold of you. What number would you like them to call you at?
They're not to call me on any number. They are to email me so that I have everything in writing correspondence. Okay. It will be shared publicly, so there will be no transparency issues.